Okay, if you're an avid daily fantasy basketball player, whether that's in a season-long league, really here for today, if that's kind of how the league works, or if you're an avid daily DFS, FanDuel player, this is what you need to be at. Now, with the spreadsheet, you can easily take out the players you don't want using these various categories. So, very important here to look at is going to be the minutes. We can take out anybody simply by clicking here, edit minutes, anything greater than we want to keep in here, 24 minutes. And we could edit or adjust that obviously later in the day. But for now, we're just getting our cash game lineup estimate. For a floor, we want to make sure we get enough points in so we can do something similar there. Anything greater than, let's say, 16 points. So we are eliminating players we don't want that don't meet these qualifications right away here. We also have projected value. Well, let's do. These are only projections here. Let's try to look at some actual numbers. Let's see. This consistency is actually based on the salary, so we could use that as far as how often they do hit their salary, but it's not accurately projected for today's salary. It's the only thing there. Let's see. I'm looking for points per minute, fantasy points per minute. Let's see. Looks like we'll have to go by the projection. All right, so we'll do that. It is based off real numbers anyways, and you can trust these as being real accurate data right here on this sheet. So let's go with the fantasy points per minute. Greater than, we want about 1, so we'll go 0.99 to see who's producing at this level per the minute that they play in the NBA, and then also that really narrows down the list too much. So let's take that out, adjust it, clear, filter, greater than 0.89. So at least they're near 1 fantasy point per minute. All right, so that's giving us enough guys here. Surprise, really, it doesn't give us that a whole lot of guys based off the parameters I have in here so far for an 11-game slate, I believe it is today. So as we can see, no, it's not including that many players for the 27th here, Wednesday. With only these teams here. Let's double check this right now. This is Wednesday, right? Yes, it is. Here's the schedule. We want to always importantly look at our Vegas odds and over-unders. So that's 11 games right there. So we should be fine with this as to what we get. But this is for the 27th. Let's clear one of these filters again and see what happens, such as the minutes. So not a whole lot of players are brought back on, interestingly, after clearing the minutes filter. So a lot of that was largely also based on, oh, here's the average fan points per minute. This is the one I actually wanted instead of the projected one, right? So let's clear this out. So anyways, when you try this and you get on it later, I'm sure this will be updated as this sheet does need. And we'll get in there and support and make sure they are adding the other teams on here for the other games because I don't see them on here right now. Only these limited games per the schedule. So, and you also want to come here to one of these sites and just figure on looking at, along with your low cost options. You have them right here, basically showing you. Also wanted to, let's calculate here fantasy points per minute. Descending, make sure everybody's good here on this list. So I'm giving anybody who's not safe as a stud play. These guys are all good right here, and in value, level we want is right at about 4.1, at least 4.2. These guys are all pretty good scanning through there. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players are a good place to start for your lineups, and then make sure they're in good over-under type games. You can come and pick the odds, let's say for the NBA, just besides just the regular standard Vegas odds and lines and spreads, like on a Roto site or somewhere like that, where they have those listed, organize and sort. This is showing you their projections, which are really accurate, and their betters to show what these games will look like in the end. They show you, Houston being favored by 4.5, and so on. So you can see what kind of game it turns out to be, possibly, and use those to adjust accordingly in these particular game scenarios with these players. As this list will expand in these, more teams will be on here. In fact, I can just probably refresh this. I need to take a quick screenshot of what I have there and refresh and see if this updates right away. So by the time, of course, you get on for here the 27th, this will already be updated. Let's see. Okay, so the spreadsheet is coming on again, and now we have sometimes the solution: restarting the computer or refreshing the computer, so we can get everybody back on here on the same page. But these are all the time slots: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's not updated in the system as of yet, to give you to take full advantage of all the games, obviously, on the slate, unless there are different times that we're not seeing here. There are more games and more teams to pick from today. All right, so look to that and keep checking back and providing the link in the description, of course, in this channel. You can click there and get this. Sometimes, once in a while, check to see if they have a free trial. Yes, all free information there on the site, not having to pay for anything. All right, take care.